Welcome back, and we are getting ready to start the second map of this lower bracket final between Elevate Gaming versus Classic Mixup. Lower bracket final, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and the winner of this best of 3 is going to move on to face Froyotech, the reigning world champions, in the grand final. So we're getting close here, folks, and we want to thank you for coming back. We want to say hello to everyone here in the live venue here in Oaks, Pennsylvania, as well as everyone watching on twitch.tv. Thank you for joining us. We've got friends in the background. We're having a party here, Sean. Talk about the LAN. How awesome is it so far?
It's really awesome. It's really cool to be able to meet everybody that I've played this game with and talk to online almost like every day for like 4 years now, 5 years. It's just it's really cool to like put a face to a name. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. We're very close. We have 12 people in the server right now. The next map is Snakewater, another 5 CP, and if we need it, we may have a third map of Sunshine, but let's get through this first. Of course, Elevate are up 1 map already, as we mentioned. Very close showing on Gully Wash just then. It was a 5-4 versus Mixup. Mixup, again, are playing from behind, but they are very capable. I sound like a broken record, but they really are capable, right, Sean?
For sure. If anything, I think they after the second half last, I believe it was 3-1, and very nearly Mixup taking it. But I think if it had gone to the overtime round last match, then they would have won. So I think they have plenty of momentum going into this one. We'll have to see how the mids develop. I think the mid fights definitely determine most of the Gully Wash. Most of the Gully Wash match. There was some last pushing shenanigans and pyro shenanigans that I think Mele's pyro kind of turned around that one. I don't even know if he ended up winning the round though. Did he?
I don't remember that round.
I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
But before we get going here on this CEVO-P Season 5 lower bracket final, map 2, let's run down the rosters. We didn't get to do it. Let's have a look at the rosters, shall we, Sean? Who do you want to talk about?
I'll go over Mixup's roster. Zalox on the demo man been performing really well all day. TLR been making some huge roamer plays. Platinum back on the Pocket Soldier. Enigma, the staple of this lineup, the passive, I guess you want to call it, Scout. Probably one of the longest running TF2 competitive positions at the invite level anyways.
Yep, and real quick, Alpha Decimate, Random, Mela, Badonsky, Kozen. It looks like we're just about ready to go live here. We have 12 players. We have our lovely graphics. Sorry, you had to freeball it and just sort of go solo.
Yeah, I did. And anyways, Hardblue will be the newcomer to the Scout class, I guess. Well, at least on LAN. I know he's probably got plenty of experience in pugs and stuff, but performing really well from what I've seen so far today.
Yeah.
They seem very strong. I think they're nearly taking the match off Froyotech earlier, almost winning that map, the last map on Gully Wash just now. So I think this really could go either way. I think the off-classing might come a little more into play on this map, although we did see plenty of sniping in Pyro, but
we did.
Snakewater, another map where you can utilize Sniper for last pushes, Alpha and Hardblue. Hardblue, maybe you'll get some more spy shenanigans going, I don't know.
Maybe. We've seen some successful spy plays, and teams just sort of pulling out all the stops. I mean, this is real right now, and we're getting down to it, Sean. It is the lower bracket final. Loser is out. That means is that Mixup has got to win the next 2 maps. They have to win this and then push it to Sunshine, win that one as well, in order for them to move on and face Froyotech. Otherwise, if they lose to Elevate on the Snakewater map, Elevate will face Froyo in the grand final. That will be coming up later. I want to take a real quick second to shout out some sponsors and some people that helped a lot to getting us here and to getting this event going. We talked earlier about Pro Battle League, PBL. Their website is battleleague.com. They sponsored a ton of gear and did fantastic work and are helping just spectacularly here for this event. So shout outs to them, Pro Battle League and PBL. Another thing I want to talk about just real briefly is the EVL Gaming Winter Battle Royale. And that's the second iteration of that 4v4 event. It's a free tournament. It's happening at the end of January. Check it out at evlbr.com.
It is an online event. It's a 4v4.
It is online. But speaking of online, we're not online, but we've got players readying up. We're about ready to get going here. Yeah, so
fairly soon here.
We're live on the second map here of this lower bracket final between Elevate and Classic Mixup. As we come out on the first mid, Sean, why don't you take us through it, sir?
Yeah, sure. I guess we'll get the Badonsky cam for this first middle. Looks like he's getting some, I guess he does get the positional call. I don't know if he's hit any damage yet, but not taking much pressure himself. We do see the aggression finally come out on top left. We'll see who is the first gamer to go down here. Mela flying over the top of the logs. He is getting a lot of pressure. Actually, he does a flank through saw, collects a health kit, Looks like Mela gets a devastating walking flank onto Mixup, but he's not really doing much damage. He actually gets cleaned up by Platinum. So I think this middle may go to, well, it will go to Mixup. Badonsky actually still staying in this, surprisingly.
Zalox did a fantastic job there. I want to give shout-outs to him. Zalox just sort of did what he had to do. He stood in there. He shut down any advances from the Elevate team. And we've got a repush now coming in. And only 2 players up now. Speaking of Zalox, it's just him and his medic. And golly, a bit of a failure here as they got to use their Uber to get out, which is never what you want. And they've got this one scout. Their Alpha gets easily cleaned up, but not favorable. So from a great mid to not a great outcome as
that was
Elevate
a really
recap.
awkward mid. I thought Mixup cleaned up. Mela was in a super good position to flank, but he didn't end up getting any kills. He must have done a decent amount of damage because Elevate was able to stay in the fight and repush and surprise Mixup. They took out Platinum, and then the Uber didn't end up getting forced, and you can't really do much with the demo Uber and the demos. TLR gets air shot. That was a crazy air shot in yard. They're trying to force Kozen. Not able to do so, however, and it looks like Elevate's going to maybe muscle their way onto the point and start getting some cap time. Decimated to go down to a sticky trap. I don't know if that's going to have any consequences. Yeah, Enigma does get cleaned up as well. So Mixup is going to give up second, fall back to last. It looks like they have a full Uber advantage still, though.
TLR is continuing to do really hard work, but he's just getting taken out time and time again. Harblue going to back up here as the push comes in, and Uber's popped off. Enigma's already down, and real important here for Mixup to push this out. Platt trying to take control of that house up above. Rando hitting big air shots. Gets taken out finally. Alpha's going to try to come in and be cleaning crew. Can't go into spawn, obviously, but getting on this last point is Team Elevate, and looks like they've still got to do it. They've got to make it happen. Working on that scout. Working on the scout. 3-room blade
the back
out.
Comes out. Enigma. Not
able
able
to pull it off.
Not able to take down the scout, getting the pocket heals. Nice play by Alpha there, securing the round.
Scrappy fight there at last, but they do pull it off. Player digested is called out in chat. And so real quick, they're going up 1-0 is Elevate, and we talked about how they've only got to win this map and they will be into the grand final. They will have punched their ticket, Sean. Looking at Badonsky on this match, actually Zalox right now, and both of these demos, I mean, I was impressed last mid by Zalox. See if we can pull off here. Enigma just cleaning up a little bit. Taking a bit of height advantage now. The scouts doing their work, and Elevate looks to try to bully this mid here again, but we saw what happened last time. It's not over until it's over. So far, TLR and Platinum down. That's both soldiers for Mixup, and it's time for them to get out. I don't think we're going to have a repush here because we have 5 players all up on Elevate. And look at them. They're just coming right in. W button is held down, and they're already almost into second here. But Donsky coming around the corner. Real aggressive play by Elevate. They want it, Sean.
Yeah, the only man to go down on the side of Elevate that middle was Mela. He actually was the first one to actually go aggressive across the point.
Yeah.
Really passive middle from both sides, and you know, Mela kind of was the one to initiate the fight, and I think it kind of drove. He hit a nice rocket on Indust, and Indust had a really nice surf up to the bridge, able to survive the roamer bomb. But he did end up having to give up a lot of position, and Mixup kind of was forced out of the fight that way. But they did manage to escape to last. So we have a last hold here. Harblue is up on heavy, pretty aggressive. They do have Uber, so he doesn't need to be super concerned about playing back. Actually, the heavy aggressive like this is kind of a nice idea. I think it gives them less room to, like, I don't know, less angles at your medic, essentially.
We get Alpha showing a dot. He's up on that sniper, and if Alpha can pull off 1 or 2 big picks, I mean, it can really turn around, not only a round, but a game. He's checking house right now. He's just looking around. He gets the headshot, and that was on Zalox there, so taking Zalox down, and Rando with a nice big air shot there, and Rando continuing to be strong. He had such a fantastic time on Gully, and continuing to go big. Alpha still trying to plug away there. Heavy is taking this Uber right now. Kozen had a pretty good Uber. It's 5v2 right now. Looking real good as the Heavy gets cleaned up. We've got the team that went undefeated in the ESEA grabbing their 2nd round in a row. That's Elevate.
Well played by Elevate there. Finally see some nice sniper action from one of the snipers triggering these last pushes.
Yeah, well, you can see just how important that is. I mean, a big pick on the demo, sometimes that's all you need, Sean.
For sure. I'm going to be watching Zalox this middle. He does the lower rollout. I think it's maybe a tad quicker, but he arrives at the same time as Badonsky. I think he kind of has the positional advantage here. Harblue prancing around up top, getting him a little more room up top. Platinum, actually, this is a really aggressive middle from Mixup. The double soldier bomb. TLR cleans up Alpha right away, but Platinum is already dead. Mixup needs to start getting some frags and keep the point presence up, but actually Elevate has more presence, and who's this? Harblue gets a nice flank onto Kozen and takes him down, actually. So able to at least take down Kozen and prevent the roll happening this round.
Zaylox back at second, just setting up traps right now, playing smart as we make a quick adjustment here to the HUD. It is 2-0 for Elevate, who are sort of in the driver's seat. They win another mid right here fairly cleanly. They lost Kozen. I missed that off camera, I believe.
Yeah, that was Harblue flanking the point. He almost got the demo man too. But I think the double bomb sort of worked, but I think the follow-up just wasn't there. I think Elevate was keeping enough pressure on Zaylox that he wasn't able to really punish the double soldier bomb.
Yeah, and so right now as this push gets planned, why don't we go into the comms and listen to Elevate? What do you say?
We can just send a mail bomb on him.
Or do you want to just run him back to last and just fucking snipe so they don't know?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going right now.
Yeah, sure.
They're holding bats, they're holding lobby.
Yeah, whatever. No, just keep it slow.
He'll get a good
Don't do
shot
anything.
from window if they don't know he's there.
Soldier's cheap.
Yo, don't get baited into them, okay?
Med's in lobby right now, like bats. Just sitting behind the wall.
Bro, you could get, if you don't show yourself at all, you could get a pick from window. Like,
Okay.
you peek out window
Yeah.
in the med and lobby.
I'm not with you, Cyrus. I'm gonna be with Andre.
Alright.
So plans getting thrown around there, and certainly we hear many voices. Heard Alpha there and heard the term mail a bomb, which I don't know if it's copyrighted or what, but just trying to play it out and getting some suggestions on how to progress. It can slow down the pace of the game when we get to this situation here, right, Sean?
That's actually really smart by Elevate. They are ahead 2-0. There's no reason for them to rush this. It is still the first half, so we're not really concerned about time, but I mean, there's no reason to make like silly mistakes that really cost you rounds. What they were trying to do was Alpha didn't die. He was on scout, and Mixup knew that obviously from the middle. But Alpha said, "Don't die. I'm just going to run back all the way to first and cycle over to sniper." They were expecting maybe a surprise sniper pick, but it took so long to do that I think Mixup was maybe expecting something, and luckily they did rotate their medic out of any really vulnerable angles. So
Alpha trying to, speaking of angles, trying to pick something out. They lost Mela, but looks like he's going to be able to come back in. I don't know if Mixup is going to, oh well, they are going to act on this, and Uber gets popped off, so they're coming around. Alpha gets a big headshot, only on Enigma, but I don't know, I think it's time for him to get out of there now.
This Uber is a disaster.
Not
Platinum
a great Uber,
came
just
in-
took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, Platinum came in through Saw really clean, thought he could maybe catch Badonsky. Badonsky did an amazing surf over to the medic, so he was able to get flashed and saved. And then Alpha was able to snipe Enigma during the Uber, so he's still getting picks actually. Alpha kind of on fire right now on Sniper. At least responsible for the last round. It looks like kind of winning in this push as well. Rando takes down Indust on the retreat. Mixup is just, they're having trouble disengaging these fights. The pursuit out of Elevate has been pretty relentless.
Very aggressive. I mean, big plays from Mela, who came in aggressively. Rando as well. Enigma working out some picks right now. Got a little easy
Man.
3K. Why not? Doesn't matter. And so the only one left up now, we're looking at just Decimate for Elevate. Looked like we had a player drop is what happened. Mela back up on Spy. And the, I don't know, is he trying for the off-classer of the tournament award? He's going to think better of
We
it.
might
I
already
can't
have to
get
give it
back
to him
in.
with all the pyro picks.
Trapped. He gets back in finally. His team lets him back in. So much for that. We'll
Man,
keep an eye on
Destiny
that
and Alpha,
later.
this is really ballsy. Their backup's a little far away, but they're doing a really good job delaying the capture on middle. And actually, wow, they get punished. TLR just, he walked right over the top of both scouts and just shot at the combo as they were walking and gets a nice 3K. I hope that was on cam. I don't know if it was, but either way, well played by Mixup there. TLR putting himself in the perfect position. Caught Elevate actually when they were walking just underneath the bridge from forward spawn. And now it looks like Mixup with just huge momentum, still getting picks. The transition game really strong from Mixup right now after Elevate was looking really strong earlier in the round.
Yeah, so and Zaylox continues to play great for me. I mean, I've been looking at him maybe more than anyone on the Mixup team, but Enigma trying to, I mean, a lot of space being created here. I mean, Enigma's in already as the Uber got popped off, and they get the Pyro pick. Kozen going down as well, so no heals. Looking real good for Mixup right now. Harblue gets another big pick there, and looks like still 3 players up. Harblue going to chase down this one scout here. They get the pick on the soldier as well. That's Randa going down, and we're looking at 2-1.
Yeah, that was a good comeback by Mixup. Nice, really sick play by TLR. I think the mid fight might have gone in favor because Alpha and I was commenting on it. Alpha and Decimate were fighting the point really aggressively, and I thought their combo was a little too far away. But they were trying to get back into the fight, and both scouts were still alive. So Elevate might have been able to turn that round around. but TLR get a nice flank on the combo.
Speaking of TLR, that's what I'm looking at right now on this middle because he has been working very hard on the mids and doing, as he's got Mela whizzes by his face here and he's got to clean Mela up. Is he going to get the pack? Just cuts him off by the big pack, which is great work by TLR. And he's still got a ton in him. He's got his overheal. He's going to get up above here and try to block stuff off. Scout going down looks real good right now for Mixup, and Tyler's not done. And now finally we're seeing this aggressiveness out of Mixup.
As well.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Kozen's got it to be. Never mind. Yeah.
And kind of
Mixup is too aggressive on the pursuit. They're not even giving Kozen a chance to get back to last.
Yeah. Mixup almost seems like they have this thing where they'll forget for a second who they are, and then they'll remember. They'll say, "Wait a second, we're amazing. We can come in and win a mid easily, take second, and come in into last." And that's what they're doing right now. They're going to come right on into last. Alpha's up. He's got that sniper rifle, and I don't know. He could rain on the parade if he can pick something out here. He's
if he doesn't get a headshot, I think Mixup just wins the round. So.
Yep. And real early Uber popped off there, so good work by Indus, sensing the pressure. Another Pyro who gets cleaned up again. I don't know what I think of that. They've got to make it happen here, though. Tyler standing up above, and great to have that height advantage. I mean, really cutting off the whole combo. Gets nailed to a wall by a crossbow, but it's not going to work.
Indus with a nice Ubersaw on a Badonsky getting cap time.
2-2. And so you can see just how quickly this can get going and how quick they can get rolling. We look at some stats. Enigma's been doing some fantastic work. What did you see there? I mean, what's been the difference?
This has been super methodical. I think we need some Platinum Cam. They're focus firing the correct targets. The middles have been scripted almost in their favor. They were Hardblue actually super aggressive on Badonsky, takes him out right away. So this is another more aggressive middle. They're forcing Alpha back on the roof as well. If they get the roof advantage, in addition to having Badonsky down immediately, this mid could turn around in their favor really, really quickly. However, there are a couple of nice traits happening by Elevate. They actually have a ton of point presence, but I think Mixup has just the numbers.
Enigma.
Yeah, Enigma.
Can we talk about Enigma on this mid? Having a fantastic time on that mid, and he's, I mean, for a scout, he's been playing fantastic. I'd almost give him the edge in terms of all 4 scouts, certainly on this map. Mixup do want to tie this up because, as we said, they're down a map, and they want to try to force a 3rd map here. Looking good right now. It is 2-2 in this first half.
So Rando just took out Zalox. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or if he just did not expect Rando to be watching lower, because I think Platinum was kind of calling that the enemy team was retreating into lobby, which they were, the demo was, but Rando was not. Rando just caught out Zalox.
Here comes Red.
So now you have Elevate pushing back in the middle. Some nice soldier aggression. Mela distracting really well up top, but you have TLR and Hardblue going behind. They're going to start a backup already. The Uber does get forced on the middle. I think the Hardblue just needs to survive now because he has been spotted. Elevate knows he's there. The Uber has been popped for Mixup, so now Hardblue needs to try and stay alive and maybe try to get a force on Kozen eventually here. Hardblue did go down. Platinum actually, I don't know if he's, oh man, not able to get a force out of Kozen.
And so Kozen holds on to Uber here, which is key because we're looking at a situation now. It is 4-on-4. Decimate going to try to come in and make work here, and getting some damage there, but no pick. I'm looking at the Uber that did get popped off, as a matter of fact, and didn't seem like they got a whole lot off of that, Sean. Were you watching the Uber?
Nope, it was just a force by TLR. TLR actually able to survive as well. He's got a back cap going. I don't know. We do have some people contesting this. I think TLR will get cleaned up. Maybe I spoke too soon. Gunboats, good boats. There, he just jumps to the next health kit. And wow, Mixup wins the middle fight, and TLR just creating so much space for his team. I think it was like a 5v3 on middle because of TLR's presence on 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, that middle was looking real good to go to Elevate until we got back, and fantastic work by Elevate to sort of shut it down.
Elevate needs to stop the bleeding right now.
Yeah.
Alpha, I mean, they're kind of just trickling into these fights. I'm really surprised Alpha just died there. Now you have Mela. No, I think he's not out of position just yet. Badonsky's actually getting some span from Cliff. I don't know if they're trying to get a force on the Indus. It looks like they are. Indus doing some nice creative dodging there, and actually they're just
come right in. Well, real good defense. I mean, they're really aggressive on the defense here in this lower area.
I think they wanted to try and go into last right away.
Yeah.
This sticky trap on the post could be. I think Enigma's just called it out. Okay.
We got Alpha still on sniper. He has yet to do too much. He did have one big headshot, but here we go. We get blasted through the door, and it's all on. Looking at Platinum right now, who's trying to just chip away here. He's in. Both soldiers up on top, as a matter of fact, get blasted down. Zalog's doing work as well. It's 5v2 for Elevate, who look poised to hold on here. It is 3v2 right now. Alpha on the prowl. Alpha's going to try. Wow, only Zalog's left up here now, and a failure on last, Sean.
Yeah, Elevate also is going to have their Uber advantage, or 100% Uber, really, really quickly here. And Mixup spawns are still on middle, so I think you might see a push into mid coming pretty quick here as well.
Well, doing their best to slow down this advance here is Mixup, but here they come. They're right back in. They must know they're up against Uber, but they're trying to get the force if they can, and not going to get the force still. Oh, now finally the Uber has popped off. It was TLR looked like who went in and did it and jumps away. Good boats. Not where they wanted to pop that, Sean.
Yeah, it was a good force play by Mixup. I thought they might just try to hold mid and force when they pushed into mid, but Mixup, they're better than I am, so they elected to just do it on 2. Maybe that's why they were able to get the force. Sometimes you kind of do the unexpected thing to catch the medic off guard like that. But now we have a push. They are still going to transition this into middle. The Mixup is still a long ways away from Uber, and actually Zalex gets taken down, not able to escape the mid push from Elevate there.
So having a look here now as Rando Rando kind of in behind and Uber right now is Platt very easily going to take out. Ooh, I spoke too soon, but he will get the medic there.
So Mixup actually did have their Uber. We need to see if Platinum is able to salvage this because they actually went way too deep and kind of got stuck behind them. Enigma, it doesn't matter. He has the Enigma on his team. Wow, Enigma kind of going ham this match, I'd say.
40 points, 2 DOMs, which is, it's okay. I'll take that if I was drafting a team. Hardblue trying to do work as well. We haven't heard as much from him, but he's sticking it out there. We're going to get this second capped. It's respawns coming in, but and Hardblue is in right now, and the combo just freely picks out Badonsky for nothing. Take that, scout for demo any day. Very impressive play there.
So Decimate's behind. Oh, wow, nice 2-shot onto Indus by Decimate. He was hiding behind. Didn't want to say anything because I should have. But Decimate was hiding behind that whole time while they kept second, electing just wait and try and spawn cape Indus, and timed it so well, just got the 1-2 shot. Really quick reaction by Platinum, but he ended up taking down Indus. Anyway, Melee getting reflect kills onto Platinum. What is this Pyro LAN performance?
So this is happening again.
Yeah.
Pub play. Well, Mela coming out on the second as Pyro, and again, it's you're allowed to do it. That's about all I can say. We had good luck with it on Gully, but at any rate, the second point does go down. I'm still watching the scouts. I think one big area where Mixup has the edge in this map has been the scouts. Would you agree, Sean?
Yeah, I would say so. Hardblue catching a lot of people out of position. Decimate made a nice play there just now, but Enigma and Hardblue have been all over the place, really pouncing on Elevate when Mixup has an advantage and chasing down the important kills.
Absolutely. So looking right now, we're just going to get this middle cap. We've got about 12 minutes left in this half right now, and haven't seen very many. Well, other than the Pyro, haven't seen crazy plays. Haven't really seen crits too much.
A couple nice sniper picks. That's about it.
A couple nice sniper picks, and so moving right along. A Pyro jumping out the window. I mean, you know, how much can you say? We have Ubers popped off. Meanwhile.
Yeah, Elevate actually pushed into 2 fairly clean. They did actually get forced, and they did kill Hardblue on the flank. But I don't know if they didn't track Mixup's Uber, but Mixup had it ready for him. And now they're just getting collapsed on the yard because they kind of overcommitted themselves. I really don't think they anticipated Mixup having Uber that quickly. And now you have Alpha dancing around trying to make something out of this. But Mixup is just going to steamroll this middle. Kozen is hightailing it out of there. I don't know if TLR can run him down. He's sure trying. Actually, Elevate's still getting the forward spawns, and now you have a kind of a scrappy yard fight happening. But I think Elevate is going to have a huge numbers advantage here in a second. Yeah, they're rolling the heels in through the saw area. We have a pause, it looks like, or just lag.
Server stutter.
Okay.
Do it on LAN. We have TLR almost a high 5 there. Gets in through just up above now into Cheese, and wow, he's staying alive there. Platt is in as well, and he'll take that area. He's going to drop down. Doesn't matter because there's 3 players up on Elevate, and it looks like it's time to go, Sean. Coming into this last year, I don't really know that there's a defense up. I mean, we've just got 3 Elevate players back in the back corner. It's going to be real. Wow. No resistance at all. Just walked right onto it. And that blue team is Classic Mixup, and they'll be going into half up 3-2.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it's 3-2. I feel like Mixup's playing really, really well right now.
And so Classic Mixup, we talked, Sean, about how they need to pull out this map, this Snakewater, and force the 3rd map, which will be Sunshine, if we get there. It is the lower bracket final, so I mean, this is it for the lower bracket. The winner of this is going to move on and face Froyotech. Loser's going to have a good time the rest of the weekend.
They get to play tomorrow.
Eat pizza. Well, they get to play tomorrow, exactly.
Yeah, they're donezo for CEVO.
We see just how quickly stuff can turn around, didn't we, Sean? Because I don't think there was anything too spectacular that happened there, but Mixup get on a roll, they're dangerous.
Definitely. I think a lot of the momentum in all these rounds is kind of stemming from the mid-fights, and I think Mixup has been able to stabilize a little better this map than they have on Gully Wash because the scouts have had a lot more room. Gully Wash, there's not... I mean, you saw a couple times where Hardblue was able to get behind him on Gully Wash. I think he had a back cap round. That's kind of what scouts do on Gully Wash if they're not accounted for on some of the pushes. But on Snakewater, there's a lot more terrain to work with, and I think Enigma and Hardblue, if you look at the scoreboard, I guess they're both kind of going ham this match.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how really the edge maybe on scouts in this map at least has been Enigma and Harb. A lot of people doing big work on middles, though. I mean, I'm thinking of Zalox, I'm thinking of TLR, Mela as well from the other side. I'd like to maybe see a little more maybe out of Badonsky.
Yeah, I think we need to track the roamers on these mids because both teams are starting out super passively for the most part. Mixup has had a couple like hyper-aggressive middles, and those have been, I think, when they lost 1-1-1. But I think the default for both of these teams is really passive, and then you just I just kind of keep the camera above the log and see which roamer flies over it first and what he gets done with his bomb. I think Mela has been somewhat effective, at least getting pressure on Indust and forcing Mixup off the point. I think Elevate's been a little more aggressive at just walking to the point with their demo. I think that's the two. Or the differences what you're seeing so far. I think Mixup's trying to fight high ground, and I think Elevate's just pressing the point because they always seem to have a lot of pressure on the cap.
So is that going to be the key for Elevate? Do they just keep up the aggressiveness, or what do they have to be expecting out of Mixup in this second half, do you think? How do Elevate have to play this?
I think they need to damage their scouts for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think you need to try to win the high ground battle at least a little bit. Maybe focus a little bit more attention to that. I don't know. They don't really need to adjust their mids too much. I think maybe there was a couple sloppy transition plays. Maybe try less cutesy stuff, getting people behind and just play them straight up. Because I mean, they won the last map. I think they can definitely compete with these guys. But Mixup in the really back and forth transition plays, Mixup's experience is just kind of too much, and Enigma is just kind of too much to deal with.
We're back live here in the second half. We are here at the lower bracket final of the CEVO Season 5 playoffs. My name is Ghetto Whale, joined by Sean Budd here. And this first mid is underway, and already Hardblue just walking just straight up the right side. Not on cam, but we're looking at Enigma, who's up above. Hardblue just got all the way back in, gets taken out by Alpha. Just walked in free. That's a little concerning if you're an Elevate fan. Enigma still in the mix, hasn't been touched. Badonsky kind of holding down this mid. The cap is initially at least, well, it looks like it, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, going to maybe get capped by Elevate, but, well, only Zalox left up,
So they're mid. It was exactly, I mean, it's a very passive middle. Mela just hides on this top right corner. And I think maybe what they need to do is just shoot that. I think a demo has a spam angle at that, and he can probably just kill Mela because Mela is just hiding around the corner waiting for the bomb. That was a perfectly synced bomb by Mela and Platinum. And actually, Elevate gets a couple kills on second as well. Hardblue gets taken down. If Mela gets cleaned up in yard here, they're going to have a harder time pushing second. But anyways, on the middles, it's definitely really passive at the start, but then there was kind of a 1-2-3 call, and then you saw the Mela and Rando bomb. Very well synchronized, and they already had so much point presence. The follow-up was definitely there. Great
mobility and great play we continue to see out of all the soldiers, really, and the demos for that matter as well. Speaking of which, Mela doing his little thing, jumping around, kind of just waiting right now. It's the second half. You know, the teams will just sort of feel each other out sometimes for a few minutes, waiting for their Ubers right now, just building.
This might be a good time to check comms, maybe see how Elevate's going to try to push yard here.
Let's listen to Elevate. That sounds like a good idea. I knew I had you here for something, Sean.
There you go.
No, let's just do side Mela. No,
let me go sniper. Why can't we play slow?
Bro, because we're losing. Let's just send a suicide. If this guy's on spot, then you're going to be down one player. Like, they're just out shooting at you.
Okay.
I heard Alpha begging to go in on Sniper, asking permission, which was interesting. Mela went down, so the Mela plan failed. Unfortunate, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Those are the two options, you know. You can try to run Alpha and maybe try to get a pick so you have that, I don't know, at least force them back into playing in kind of a favorable angle for an Uber fight on 2 if you don't get the sniper pick. or you can just throw Mela until it works. Like they did say they're losing, but I think maybe that's a little premature. They do have 27 minutes left in the half.
Absolutely.
And if they win this round, they tie it up. So I think maybe, I mean, they can. I mean, I know they're losing, but they can like park the bus here until they get a nice force or something, or a favorable push into 2. Because if they tie it up, then it's all square.
Obviously.
It goes without saying, you know.
It does go without saying, but sometimes it's nice to still say it. We are just sort of waiting here for something to give. Like you said, there are 26 minutes left, and so it's still absolutely anybody's game here. A lot on the line, though, because if Elevate win this map, they just punch the ticket to Grand Final. So a lot of this is on Mixup here to make it happen. And I mean, why don't we listen? Do we want to listen to Mixup here now too? Let's compare and contrast. What do you think?
Yeah, let's see what they're thinking.
All right.
You mean other ammo?
I'm sure you guys are watching like lower.
Or make sure you stay on the fence with the pipe.
Sniper.
Where?
I don't know, Flo. He crosses
Window. I'm gonna do a drive-by. He's still window.
Getting ammo, right? He's still window.
Yeah, he's over right side now.
Backup saw.
Medic took 50.
Come here. Up here in us.
Medic's or sniper's still peeking here. He's gonna try and pick me.
Well, Sean, what I got from that, sniper on the map.
Yeah,
it's good to hear. I mean,
Mixup is probably just waiting for Elevate to make a mistake.
Yeah.
They, what I think you might see here, if I mean, they're just giving Alpha too many chances with that many players in Saw, including the sniper. I think they could just Uber into Saw and get 2 kills. I think that might be what. I mean, Platt's kind of, sort of working his way. He's shimmying his way up the hallway, if you will. He's whipping out the shot, clearing the sticky trap, and you see he is pushing, getting a lot of damage on Saw on the sniper. I mean, Elevate, they're backing him up, but I think it'd be a good idea if Mixup tried to maybe initiate a fight in Saw, even though they're not really looking at pushing aggressively with their Uber. They just want to, defend and get a nice counter Uber. But if you just give Alpha this many shots, eventually he's going to hit one.
He is. Law of averages. I think they're very aware of it, but I mean, you can see just how easily a sniper can hold down large areas of a map, even on a map like this, Snakewater, where there are so many entrances and flanks in that. You really have to respect that sniper, and so still waiting here. I just get the sense that Mixup, like you said, they're waiting for the perfect moment to make it happen. If they can take down Alpha, I feel like they're going to move on that. Do you agree?
I don't even know if they would pick Alpha. They're sending Decimate. Wow, this is just like a surprise aggression push by Decimate. Somehow killing Harblue. I don't think he had any business getting that kill. I think maybe Decimate's just got impatient. I don't know what the call was there.
Rando, meanwhile, got Zalox, and we have some picks going down right near Train. Platinum comes in, and he gets another pick there on Badonsky as well. It's a 3v2 situation right now, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the players are listening to us or what, but there you go. Last player left up is going to be Indus, who I think was a recent respawn. And so the second cap here is going to go down to Elevate. And
I think Indus did escape, but Harblue respawn. Harblue's still dancing on middle. I think he's trying to go for the Medicure, trying to earn himself a little glory on at the GXL LAN on Scout.
Save
still
one for
alive,
the
getting a lot of shots on him, but Kozin playing nice around his pocket, forcing Harblue to fight Rando first. Really well played there, cleaning up Harblue. I don't know what that push was by Elevate. I think they had a sniper.
Just
so
send the scout in.
I think maybe they knew Mixup was like hugging corners and playing really not passively, but playing really well against the sniper. Alpha wasn't getting anything. So I think they just decided to push, and you kind of saw Decimate initiate the fight there. I'm really surprised he killed Harblue because it was like just him. It was 1v5 for a few seconds.
It works sometimes.
But it worked. Players. I think if you just catch a team off guard because they weren't anticipating a aggressive push like that. They were just, they probably thought Elevate was just going to wait for a sniper pick.
These are some of the best players in the game, Sean, without a doubt. And then the red guys here, Elevate, they're itching to come in. We have Harbs up on Heavy, who is up in the corner, which is a little interesting. He's going to cycle around here. Alpha comes in with, as we heard earlier, a drive-by, if you want to put it that way. He gets taken down and at least gives his team the intel. We've got picks going down now. It's TLR. Platinum now doing some work and takes out Mela. Enigma coming in, and he runs into an Uber combo, and so finally popping off is Elevate there. Kozin saving face, I guess. Looks like they are going to be, well, I don't know. We've got players coming in behind now. What a pest Harblue has been. Harblue is coming in behind. He's gonna come right in on Badonsky, going for, gets Badonsky for free, and the Uber going to come in, and that's real easy to follow up with an Uber. well played by Mixup. What did you see?
This is the experience of Mixup really shining through. They saw the sacrifice to go sniper coming through for Alpha, and they immediately just sent people into lobby to try and catch people overextended, and they were a little overextended. I think the key thing you do if you suicide somebody to go sniper, you can't lose anybody else.
Right.
And they lost 2 players, and Enigma was able to get in lobby and force the Uber, and then suddenly it was a 4v3, and Mixup had an Uber, and they just turned it into a 2-cap and a wipe there. Really well done by Mixup there, covering all the angles as they pushed out, didn't even have to worry about a back cap. And they cleaned up all the kills. So now the momentum is hugely in favor of Mixup. They have about 70% advantage. Let's maybe check out Mixup's comms now and see how they're going to try and capitalize on this momentum.
The control point is being captured.
Demo's on
Give
bats.
me a buff. I can jump.
I'm walking in here.
There's a trap somewhere. Demo's a trap somewhere.
Go stay right here.
Got you, bro. Just got you.
He died.
Scout point.
Other scouts hurt. Other scouts hurt.
I'm on train.
Both scouts are hurt.
Scouts
Right
sprayed
away.
on the hub.
Both scouts are hurt. One's behind. Underneath.
Play the point.
Keep it
Stop
on me.
fucking going forward.
I'm on point E.
Soldier jump.
I'm dead.
I need help on right.
Nice, dude.
How long it does?
7. I'm
Nice try.
The Mets
Damn.
piped on point right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zaylock's doing some nice work there, trying to stick it out himself. He hit the one pipe. Impressive, but it's those 1v5s. You don't want a 1v5.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster if you didn't get those couple kills, because now you'd see Elevate on middle, whereas right now they're a little slower to push because they have to clean out a few soldiers and a Harblu creeping around, and they're trying to get in clean here, but I think Kozin may get forced. We have TLR just sitting around on the high ground. Just doing some span though. I mean, I think Kozin's just going to grab a kit and they're just going to walk up onto the point. I don't see anyone else coming in for a force. TLR is actually sneaking in through kitchen with some heals all the way. Wow, this is really aggressive. While Mela actually gets a nice walking flank onto almost the entire team and takes down Enigma.
We lost Indust. Meanwhile, I don't know if it was on cam, but we have so no heals now for Classic Mixup, which is going to hurt. And I mean, Elevate, their foot has not been off the throttle very long, Sean, certainly on this Snakewater map.
Man, the momentum has shifted so quickly. I thought Mixup had such a huge advantage after they won that the defense on 2, I guess you should say, and then they kind of flubbed that push into yard, and now they didn't really get anything done on middle. I think they were trying to do something cheeky and get a force out of TLR and healing him all the way through kitchen, but Mela's like, I'm way ahead of you, and he just dropped down at a drop down, and that's what it's for. It's a drop down. He just dropped right onto Indust, and they kind of did a pincher with the people that were capping, and got a nice couple kills, including the medic.
So about to get Uber now is Kozin, and I feel like they are going to use right away. I don't know how well they've sensed the... here they come. They're coming right on in left side. And so let's see how this plays out for Elevate. If they can tie this up to go 3-3. No picks just yet. And we have a back cap going on. Meanwhile, in second, somebody's got to get back for that. It's Harblu, of all people. And guess what? It's going to work. And so the back gap being played to perfection here. And this is where the fight tends to break down a little bit as everyone scrambles to get position. Because Harb, I mean, you've got to shut down Harb. He's back on middle right now. So much for last. Hold that thought on last point. We had a pick on everybody on the Elevate squad.
Is being a hero right now. He's actually
the
playing
out.
the Snakewater MGE 1v1 arena against Mela there.
And he's going to keep moving.
A second point. Okay, so Harblu would put himself in one of those positions where it's like, well, they have Uber, they're going to push into last and probably kill me anyways. I'm too late to off class. So he's like, I'll just try and back cap. And he forced a couple people into 1v1s and he's got a couple points. So really well done by Harblu. Really smart play there. And, winning a couple of the infights and getting a couple points capped. And now he's just distracting so well for his team while they cap second. And if Elevate doesn't get back, they might get a collapse on here in lobby as they retreat. And actually, yeah, TLR takes down Badonsky. TLR surviving as well. Somehow gets another kill on Elevate. Really well played by TLR, and actually looks like Mixup's going to clean up Mela. So now you're going to see a
Sean,
push.
this is snowballing here. A big snowball situation, and just kind of collapsing with all the work done by Harblu now. Only a couple Elevate players to clean up, and we could be looking at 4-2 here, Sean. Nice work being done on last, but they do pick it out. 4-2. Give that one to the converted scout Harblu, MVP of the round.
I would say so. That was also, I mean, one reason Harblu is such a good scout, I mean, it's an easy transition from Roamer because he has those flank comms where he's got such an experience on medic as well. He can communicate for his combos so they know exactly how to play off of what he's doing. But really well played by Harblu getting a couple back caps. We're watching Alpha on this middle. Let's see if he's able to deny the aggression from Mixup. I expect TLR. There's an early bomb from Platinum. He looks like he gets cleaned up right away. TLR with the follow-up bomb. And actually Mixup with some nice point presence, but they just got cleaned up so quickly by the scouts on Elevate. And now you just have Indust, and I think he is for sure going to get chased down. He's going to have to hit a really nice surf here from Badonsky, I think, to be able to get out of this one.
We've seen a lot of
Which
good.
he does.
Wow.
If Badonsky is able to stick jump up again, there's nobody else chasing, so I think if Badonsky chases this further, he's not going to, he's too smart. Okay. But nice surf there, but Indust, I think he probably should have died. I think a scout should have gone with Badonsky to chase. I think maybe they had nobody else to cap middle, but I think they should have just secured the medic kill. Whereas now, oh wow, this is a disaster for Elevate. Kozen actually was not even healing anybody and did not get to Uber. Mixup was actually ahead on Uber even though Indus was just running away from people. So they left a scout to cap middle and Badonsky chased the medic, and then Badonsky kind of overextended himself sort of and then died, and then Kozen had no one to heal, and he died as well without getting his Uber.
And
so
I'm starting to feel it fall apart here a little bit for Elevate. They're kind of scattering, and
it really is. They're just letting Mixup kind of turn 1 pick into 10 picks in 2 points. And
they're scrambling. I feel like the organization is gone, is what I'm seeing.
The experience is showing. Platinum, Enigma, and Hardblue, they know what they're doing, and they're going to turn one huge mistake or one even small mistake into 10 more mistakes.
Let's listen to what the tone is like right now in the Elevate Mumble and see how they're dealing with this, Sean.
I'm behind them and suck. They're all on point on ramp.
Might try to send
Oh my god.
That's it.
Demo's 133. Demo's 1.
They're on you
Just
guys.
get out, get out.
We're getting out, everybody.
I'm 80.
I'm behind them.
Soldier's jumping us maybe.
White's lower right now.
I'm
trying to get out. No.
Demo's low.
Yo, last.
He's dead. Alright, let's push. Let
I'm up
everyone
in
get
two.
buffs.
Clear everything. I'm clearing drops now.
Yeah.
Someone needs to go lower.
Running lower.
Maybe I was wrong, Sean. It sounds like they still do have their stuff together. I mean, they're not totally into chaos
They do.
yet.
I mean, they have a 1-map advantage, and they know they can beat these guys. They have done it plenty of times in the past. But they're using this Uber to push out really effectively. We have Platinum actually hiding in lobby still. Let's see if he's able to... Actually, Hardblue behind as well. I'm surprised I didn't see any back cap happening. Plat's still not spotted, and Decimate is just sniffing him out, just staring right at him through the wall, dude on land. But anyways, really smart by Decimate. He knows there's a couple gamers missing. Probably looking for Hardblue actually, but he found a Platinum. Hardblue is still alive at last, still trying to distract. Nobody's, I don't know, it's just Hardblue's being such a nuisance. They need to get a little better at tracking him down. Rando finally does, so now you're going to see a quick push in the middle probably. The Ubers are even, but it's a huge numbers advantage right now until Platinum and TLR get there, which they will very shortly. So this is going to be a pretty even mid-fight. It's 5v5, and Badonsky, the demo, is actually not with Elevate, but we did see an early force coming out of Mela. Really early force. Mela snuck in there and was able to force Indus. So now you have a 30% Uber, or 30% of the Uber left for Elevate, uncontested. And I think Rando's going to get cleaned up though, however. Mixup has a huge position advantage. Rando trying to retreat out of kitchen and just didn't really have the position. Badonsky was a late spawn, but he had a nice trap up, got a kill on TLR when they're trying to counter push. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think Mixup might be able to turn this into a cap.
But for such an early Uber getting
Alpha
popped off
actually
there.
going for a flank underneath. I think he was spotted. I guess he thought he wasn't. Or maybe he was just trying to get his team to defend, but Alpha definitely got sniffed out.
I mean, how much momentum did Mixup have that they don't even need to have good Ubers? They still are able to move into a point, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Elevate didn't really get any other frags, and they kind of, I mean, Mela had a nice force. They probably should have just tried not to get forced during that exchange and just backed out and had to try to re-push with their Uber. Maybe they weren't in a position to do that, but Mixup regrouping really well. They're regrouping much quicker, and they're just punishing Elevate for any mistake they make so much better than Elevate are.
So it looks like the push may be coming here shortly. Why don't we listen to Mixup and see what their push sounds like in the mumble comms?
Bomb or something.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting till Demo moves back. I'm just waiting for Demo to peek.
Oh, if he's gonna peek that. See.
I gotta move up in a couple seconds. I heard Spy, I think. Look for Spy. Maybe I'm high. I'm moving up some. Cover me in lobby somewhere.
Demo's still left, yeah. I saw a heal beam somewhere up here. I don't know if it.
Sean, we've got the spy. Alpha's still in there. He
He's
had
on
a
the cloak and
soldier on
dagger.
his head.
He's being super sneaky, and Harbley was
I
correct.
gotta bring
he is
it back.
spy,
I gotta bring
but
it
it's
back.
been so long.
The soldier jumped on his head, Sean, and he just walked away. Hello? So Alpha's
know.
still in here, and we've already seen a big pick by Alpha on spy on this very day right here at LAN, and he's... Boy, oh boy, he's getting ready for another one. He's waiting for the perfect time.
So he's cloak and dagger. I think they might suspect something, but maybe not. By this point, they may have forgotten about it, but Alpha is cloak and dagger, and what he might do is try to coordinate some spam or distraction. Oh, he's actually just going to go for it.
Wow, so much for that.
I thought he was going to try to get their team to distract and get them to look forward for a second.
Well,
but Mixup cleaned up the spy. They actually, they get a pick on Melee as well.
This
so
could be
Mixup
it.
just Uber straight in through lower. They did force right away. The stickies are dead. Badonsky is going to have to get some stickies on the point pretty quick because his team's losing numbers. Actually, they are cleaning. They did clean up Zalox, so Mixup actually, it looks like they are going to swarm the point. However, the numbers advantage and the Uber advantage at the end, they're too strong.
And so Classic Mixup, they do pull it off, winning the map 5-2, and they're forcing Sean a third map in the best of 3. We are off to CP Sunshine. The winner of CP Sunshine is going to move on to the grand final, Season 5 CEVO-P playoffs. Face
Versus
for
Tech, yeah.
So
exciting stuff.
Really impressive showing by Mixup.
I don't, like I said, I'm surprised. I think Mixup, the second half of that gully wash, they adapted so well, and their middles turned around. It was like a complete 180. They were getting trolled a little bit by Melee's Pyro. I don't know, but it was. I mean, I think their experience, their lane experience, and their experience as a team is just, it's too strong right now. The transition play on Snakewater and like Harblue, you know, making such clutch plays like backcapping second when they're pushing last, and then turning it into a mid 1v1 and a backcap, and then I mean, there's a lot of really nice plays all over the place by Mixup.
Absolutely, and so, I mean, they're doing it as we see the Elevate boys standing up to think about it and get ready for the third map. We're seeing fantastic stuff out of both teams. It could go either way, though, and we will be bringing you the third map in, I'd say, just about 5 to 7 minutes. Stay with us. Thank you for joining us here for this lower bracket final brought to you by XTV and Team Fortress TV. You're going to go to a quick break, but stick around.